All right, everybody. Debbie Buchanan, fire away.
First, how would you assess this first, week and a half, 2 weeks now of conference play?
I think we've played a variety of different teams. I don't think we've played our best volleyball, so we're really trying to get back and, get us back in like where we're, I guess, how we play great volleyball, and we have the ability to. It's going to take us a while to hit our full stride, and we're not going to hit that till the end of the season. I think right now that we just have to play consistent. It's been a little tough. We've been on the road for quite a bit of our time, so it's going to be nice to be home and really have the next 3 out of 4 weeks at home.
I know you wanted to limit errors. I think, wasn't it 6 per?
Mm-hmm.
How's that kind of been working?
There's been matches that we, play great and we do that. And then there's other matches that we've been really inconsistent and we haven't. And so really trying to figure out what that consistency looks like, what personnel it is playing next to each other, who plays well next to each other, who maybe doesn't, and what we really need to work on in the gym to really try to limit those errors and put us in the best position to score.
I know you were kind of excited for Nikki's performance coming into the season. Has she sort of came into that a little bit?
Yeah, she's one that she'll have spurts of, that's really great. But she's learning quite a bit and she's having to learn pretty fast. So I think, for her right now, if she can get a couple kills and really just block, that's kind of what we need right now. And she's been doing that. I think right now, just as a team, we just really need to step up and play more consistent than we have. So trying to figure out what that's going to take and, trying some different things in practice.
Has anyone stepped out that's really impressed you as sort of the usual suspects in that regard?
I think, I wouldn't say there's just one. I think we have different people in different matches, and that's what you need to have. The matches that we've gotten in trouble is when, we've had multiple people not perform, and that's really uncommon for us. It might be one person, especially in a volleyball match, the momentum's up and down, and, those momentum shifts and run shifts. And I think that's where, typically you've had a player that maybe struggles a little bit but comes back out. We were, I can't remember which match it was on the road, but, we just had trouble scoring, which is not rare for us. Like, our pins usually perform pretty well. So anyway, we've gone back, worked on some things, and, working on tempo, working on location, working on approach patterns, all those type of things. There's a lot that goes into volleyball. A lot of people are like, oh, do you even run an offense? It's like, yeah, are there plays? Yeah. There's a lot to look at, and especially, you have the offensive stuff, but then the defensive, the eye work is so important because the game can be so fast or it can be really slow. And so every team's a little different in what they do. And so, there's a lot going into not only are we trying to better ourselves offensively, but getting our eyes a lot better for what we're seeing instead of watching the ball because then you're a little slow. So there's lots of things that go into it and a lot of things that we're trying to get better at as we continue on.
And at this point, what would you say the team's kind of top facet is, and what's one that's sort of, I guess, the top on the checklist?
Consistency. Yeah, we just have to get more consistent. So.
Is defense kind of the calling card for this team? I mean, you outblock the opponents pretty much every match. The commentators are always talking about how tall you are and how aggressive you are on the net. Is that something you focus on, or is that just kind of...
Our first weekend, defensively, we did a great job, of opening play against Eastern and Northern Colorado. We did a really good job. This last weekend, we weren't as good defensively, and our offense, that normally carries us, wasn't as good. And so, that's where we have to balance that out a little bit. But defensively, we've been doing some good things. We are getting a lot of touches. We're making teams have to decide what kind of offense they're going to run. They're changing things up a little bit. So the more consistent we can get on our side, there's so many layers that go into it. You've got the passing side. If you can serve and pass at a high percentage, then you're going to put yourself in a good position. And then you have the offense, and you need to side out. We need to side out at least 60%. And I think in one of our matches this last weekend, we were like at 48. And then you're never going to win if you're at that. So can we get more consistent with siding out at a higher percentage? And then the defensive side, so blocking and the dig. So, we're working on all of those different areas. There's a lot to it, but The one thing that I do know is that when you look at our team, we're in a really good position, for where we're going to head, as far as conference goes. And I think as this team continues to grow, and that's what's going to be really exciting. We haven't hit that yet, and we're going to. It's just, we just got to keep working through some things.
Does one thing have to come along first? Will that bring everything else with it? If you could get
Well, the serving and passing has to come along first. Right now, this weekend, we moved up a couple spots in aces, but, in the conference, I think we're ranked 7th, which, so we're trying to get our team to be a toughing serving team so we can take the other team out of system, but also we need to get some runs as well from the service line. And if we can pass over 50% twos and threes and keep our number, at a 1.9 to 2.1, we're going to be okay. And so that has to come first, and if that's there, then, we need the offense to be rolling. So we're making progress, that's for sure. We're making progress, so.
With all the seniors, pick number 1, have you noticed any difference in the way the team goes about things, or is it just business as usual, we're not worried about that?
I think they're feeling more pressure, and I think that's one of the hardest things, is it better to be picked, 6th or 7th and be the underdog and, and instead you're picked 1 and you have that target on your back. And I think they're feeling a little bit of that pressure. And, I think when you hit your senior year, you have all these expectations and, you want to win and you want it so bad and it's your last semester and you want to get after it. And so it's really being able to control those emotions the right way and understand that it's one game at a time, one day at a time. That's all we can control. If we look too far down, then you get caught just looking at the wrong things. And so really just trying to keep, there's 6 of them. So keeping those guys, focused on the right things, control we can control. And did this last weekend go the way we wanted? Absolutely not. But it's not going to kill us. We still have time to make sure we're doing what we need to do and to prepare ourselves for the conference tournament. So,